This week's episode of the multiple award-winning Here For It podcast is brought to you by Catfish.
We just got through with the Don't Fuck With Cats, and it's going to be week 2 with the cats.
Apparently. I think it's hilarious for a person who is catfishing other people to point a finger at someone else to call them a catfish.
Oh, what I miss? I need to listen to Here For It podcast. What I miss?
I'm referencing a show that you made me watch.
Oh, whatever. Oh, The Circle, bitch. Are you watching The Circle, bitch? We got to talk about that on Here For It podcast.
And that's why we.
So Antonio and his fat butt got eliminated. He was so nice laying across that bed.
The other one got a fat booty too.
The
one that's also
playing
catfish.
Rebecca.
the other catfish, when he put his onesie on and turned around, I was like, oh.
Huh? How I'm doing, Wendy?
I know how I'm doing. Hard. Shit.
And then the two catfishes went on a date together. They won a date night or something. And he sent the teddy bear, the married man, who's actually kind of
fish.
I was doing my he was kind of
how you doing?
And
that's Wendy's code for gay. I'm like, but you can't say that all the time.
Look, she rebranded that phrase.
Okay.
So Adam and Rebecca ended up winning the date. It was the tall white guy with the ginger beard, and he's still there now. So
I didn't get that far. After they eliminated that, my first catfish girl, I got bored, and I was like,
"Who was the first catfish?"
I can't. I don't want to spoil it if you guys have not.
Yeah, because the finale is literally today.
Oh, this shit is still going on. I thought it was like over, and I was just catching up.
This is the finale today, Wednesday, January. Yeah, this is the finale.
Oh, see, no, I don't have no. That's a lot of investment. Because the show is like an hour and 20 minutes.
No, it's not. It's like an hour per episode, and it's 9 episodes.
It feels like an hour and 20.
It's what you be doing on the internet.
Shut up. No.
LOL. Hey, girl, it was great seeing you last night. Was it great? Because, girl, you could have not spoke, and I would have been fine.
Oh, well, I do that. That's not catfishing, though.
Oh, sorry. I got carried away. The Circle, at me, Ronald Matters, and use hashtag Here For It Hive. Let's have this conversation together.
As you guys are watching it, if you have not caught up yet, it's something. There's LGBT aspects, which is why I brought it up here.
Yeah, shout out to Karen.
Shout out to what's my good gay sis name? That was the social influencer the second time, the white boy.
Chris.
Chris. Shout out to Chris
down in Texas representing.
He's a whole black woman, and I know where he got it from. I am the Superman TheeSupaman, aka Lori Harvey's manager, BKA the Ivy Park ambassador.
My name is Ronald Matters. Follow me on the internet at Ronald Matters, and of course Ronaldmatters. Woo! I had to write that check.
Triggered.
I had to write that check for God. It's January. GoDaddy wants their check. All right. I sent the check. All right.
So does this mean you're no longer the captain of Bottom Reform?
Yeah, I need women make 77% on the dollar, okay? I need some more money. And it's 68 cents if you black. And I'm a black woman.
So somebody help Ronald Matters pay his legal fees. Our icebreaker this week is how long are you willing to go without sex? And how long are you willing to go without jacking off?
Okay, now sex, y'all can have.
Penetration.
Penetrative
sex.
2 to 3 times a week, cool.
Yeah, I think so.
But it depends on the size of the man.
Oh, okay.
Now, like, you can't be taking 10.5 inches, 6 inches girth 3 times a week. Your relationship ain't gonna last.
Neither is your wall.
See where I'm going with this? But if he got like 7.5, he got like 3-4 inches girth. Okay, that's regular. I can do the vinegar bath. The girls allegedly stay with this vinegar bath. And so do what your little studs.
I think that's fake news.
I think it's fake news as well.
Same. 2 to 3 times a week, obviously, I think is typical for penetrative sex. And jacking off, I think I can go a long time without jacking off because it just depends. Like I have to like really feel like jacking off to jack off because when I jack off, I gotta be there. I need total silence. I need good porn. I need good Vaseline, and otherwise the whole mood will be fucked up, and I'll be sitting there for 3 hours. So,
do you watch those popper trainer videos?
No, because I already know how to use poppers.
But I think I was watching. Well, I don't think I was watching one. I know I was watching one this morning.
Commit to the truth.
Oh, I'm here. I'm not Giovanna. Anyway, so
listen to our Patreon where we discuss that in deep detail.
But I don't do poppers, but I like watch the way they edit the poppers videos because it doesn't stay on one person too long, and they either show the build up to the nut, and then it's different people, and then when they show the people that's nutting, they usually show all the people at the same
using
time.
Poppers in porn?
No, it's like take a hit of your popper now. And then, so like 30 seconds, 45 seconds from now, I guess that's about the time it take y'all for the popper to hit. Then that's when...
It depends on the brand of the popper. And how fresh that bottle is.
Okay. So you need to make that the sexual health and talk about, have you tried a lot of brands? I don't know how this works.
I won't say a lot, but I've tried maybe 5 or 6 different ones, and I know like which 2 hit the most for me. And then I know some that hit real good for bottoms that take dick all the time, and I'm like, oh, I see that over there. So you
see the yellow and red bottle, then you know she's that girl. Or no, it's the gray. Which one is?
No, the real one is the one that they have to spray into a washcloth because they can't put it directly on their nose. So they spray it into the washcloth, and then they huff the washcloth while they're getting fucked, and then they just be in a complete different dimension the whole time.
The whole aerosol can.
Yes.
Okay, wow.
So maybe that does need to be sexual health at some point.
What is going on? Like, I'm down to do anything for research. I'm like, oh, we got to do this for research. I'm like, oh, I got to talk about this so I can tell other gay people that I've done it and this is my experience with it. But poppers just scare me, and I don't.
It shouldn't. Not unless you're mixing other drugs with it, like obviously.
And then plus my nasal cavity, Lord Jesus.
Don't do. I guess I'll save this for sexual health.
Okay,
but the contraindications of poppers with other drugs and things. So we'll do that on another sexual health in the future.
But yeah, so I was watching the popper trainer video this morning, and I was really liking the way that it was edited, and it got me where I needed to go, so I could go to work and deal with this stress.
So you got to. Oh, this is a tangent. So you jacked off to a popper trainer video, and you don't even do poppers? How bored are you? That's bored as fuck.
It was 6 a.m. I had things to do, so I know I need to get that out the way so that energy wouldn't be lurking in my soul.
So you wouldn't be forced to be a hoe at work.
Look, I've done it in the bathroom at work before, sure. Is that what your question was?
No, okay. I don't know the answer to that.
Oh, I'm like,
We have 2 icebreakers this week. In messy Kenya Moore fashion, would you want to know if your homegirl knew your man was giving his number out to other hoes?
First of all, anybody who is my friend, it's amazing how many friends I have and don't know it, literally. So, anybody that's my friend, if you see,
Travarius.
Let me see. Okay, I can do that. You gotta have an apostrophe in there. And a capital V.
They'll put
a capital V in the 1 R, because 2 R's sound like the right way to spell it, so you gotta spell it with 1 R.
Actually, they will put the accent mark, but there's no accent in Travarius, but their mama don't know that, and so that's why they just put the accent mark over the I instead. I'm like, okay.
Okay, so if you my friend and you see Travarius out here, you let me fucking know. Especially with your nosy ass. If you, imagine me knowing something about your fiance and me not, me not getting that shit together if I done saw it on site, and 2, calling you to come get me from the jail because I don't know whose ass I done whooped first.
Yeah, that's where I was getting ready to go. I'm like, So, do you want me to whoop your ass first? Or you want me to whoop his ass first? Because I mean,
Cause
he big, so it might take me longer to whoop his ass. So I could just get you out the way if you want me to.
but your commitment is to my friend, and you played in my friend's face and in mine. He not just playing in your face; he playing in my face now.
But friendships also.
So what is this?
Friendships also have a level of commitment. I think people overlook that. So just because you didn't commit in words to being in a romantic relationship does not mean you aren't committed to the friendship. If it's a real friend, you should be committed anyway and say, okay, well, I thought you was my committed friend. This ain't no friend type activity that you doing out here covering up for a nigga that's cheating on me. And you know it.
You supposed to be on my side. When I'm done with that nigga, you done with that nigga.
Figure out where your commitments and loyalties lie.
And I only text him when the conversation is about my birthday or surprising me with something. Shit. Ain't no reason for you to be texting my man outside of that.
Hashtag Team Daddy. Our word of the day this week, WERD,
is that territorial? That sounds very territorial.
Yes, but I commit. I know that I'm territorial.
But I know that I'm territorial as well. So I just have to admit that. And you know.
Our word of the day this week, WERD, is competitive exhibition performing. Competitive exhibition performing.
What do that mean?
That's what I'm asking you.
Bitch, you the damn lyricist. The wordsmith.
Any idea what it might sound like it means?
No, not this week. Not this week.
So competitive exhibition performing is where you're at a scene and for the sake of notoriety or enhancing your reputation or your ego, as a quote unquote heavy player or a skilled top or bottom, you do things for more than pure love or enjoyment or the thrill of being watched. You do it for the thrill of
two other tops watching.
Other tops watching, other bottoms watching, because bottoms will go to these scenes and parties and plays and things like that and try to outmoan and outscream and take more dick than others.
Okay, well, I will tell you something else that I watched this morning.
You were bored.
I went to sleep on time, okay? Because, I'm trying to slow down on my drinking. I have days where I mess up. But so I was watching this group thing, and the top walked in, and the bottom started sucking him. He just started doing all this moaning. And then all the other tops started looking up like, well, is this bottom's head different than the head I'm getting over here? Because this top is over here acting up.
Yes, sometimes that can be the case.
And I was just like, it became annoying after a while.
Yeah. But the whole point of competitive exhibition performing is so that more people will notice you and more people will want to have sex with you, or more people will be enamored with being in the same sexual situations as you. So I could name like 3 or 4 of the Twitter girls that I know go to some of these things, and they go
JD
with
Blackstone.
They go with the intent.
I'm asking.
I'm not saying no names.
Oh.
They go with the intent of acting.
You Giovanna. No, you Nene, because I know 3 or 4 of the girls. What name them, Nene?
I'm no snitch.
A recording is different than an audio. What? Atlanta Housewives this week, y'all. What?
I signed a non-disclosure.
Okay.
So when you go to the sex party to showcase your skills and get other hoes to want to fuck you,
Amen,
or be fucked by you,
Amen,
the party promoter will sometimes take note of these things and will directly invite you to come to the next parties, or pay you to come to the next parties, or put you on a flyer for the next parties and stuff like that, because they know, one, if you a big dick top, you gonna come and destroy 7 bottoms and leave them in shambles, in a seizure.
And all he had to do was go get the free condoms from the damn
child. They didn't get the condoms. And I'm gonna get more into that on sexual health.
Wow.
This week.
Wow.
Or if you are a bottom that is skilled at taking really large things, multiple things. Really,
I saw
sexy.
a fist up a thing on Twitter. I think it was S. Raheem recently putting his whole. I was like, don't you got the meat for this activity? You don't have to do this with your arm. But here we are.
So that is competitive exhibition performing,
It sure has
showing
been.
out.
It sure has been.
Support for this ghetto ass podcast comes from a couple awesome donors and listeners like you guys that are listening right now. But we cannot continue this podcast without your support. If you would like to see this podcast go on, please get over to our Patreon right now, and at least for $1 a month, you can contribute to keeping this podcast on the air. There are no other Black Gay podcasts like this one, and if you would like to see this podcast continue, please get over to our Patreon right now. And if you ain't got $1,
Please, Lord. It's the new year. Give me $1.
make sure that you are subscribed to this podcast at least, and definitely share the link with your social media communities so other people that may got $1 can contribute. We would greatly appreciate it.
Thanks.
Our affirmation this week is: a star will always shine until it dies. It can be seen throughout the galaxy by the multitude. Remember that when others try to dim your light to brighten theirs, that is just impossible. Remember that when you feel like space trash floating through the Milky Way, you are a star, and stars can't be overcast.
And stars move around.
Okay, yeah.
Girl.
I'm like, you know what? It's cold over here. I'm going over there.
Or it's a snake over here. I'm going over there.
Be a star at the end of the day. Last week we talked about don't fuck with gays or cats. And this week y'all tried to fuck with one of my good gay sisterin, Billy Porter.
What had occurred?
Billy Porter showed up to the Golden Globes.
In the white one? The white outfit with the fur?
No.
Or
no.
the
We talking about the green
dress.
dress. The green dress. So no. I guess that because Golden Globes was the other week. So this was the Critics' Choice Awards.
Mm-hmm.
So it was the Critics' Choice Awards that Billy Porter showed up to in another gown, dress, regalia, and like he always do.
Huh?
And for whatever reason, this time I saw a lot more gays bashing him for his fashion choice and his choice to always be feminine flexible in his garb to these awards. And I was like, how are y'all part of the same community as this man and then telling him he can't wear a dress at the same time?
Your timeline be so different than mine. What?
Google it. You'll see it.
Well, I know that my timeline was saying like this wasn't one of our favorite presentations, but I mean, you know, J-Lo is still J-Lo. I mean, like I like this look more than the other look, but J-Lo is still that girl when it comes down to the red carpet, down to the event. So, you know, on my timeline they were saying, you know, like as we've always done, we appreciate that he's pushing the line and being one of the only men on the red carpet in a gown, especially in this color. But this isn't one of our. It's kind of sort of like the slow CD with the Beyonce "I Am Sasha Fierce." It's like, okay, it had single ladies on it, and it had Diva, but then it also had like Ave Maria. It's like it's by Beyonce, so I mean Ave Maria.
I love
we
Ave
stand,
Maria.
we stand. But I mean, it's not. You know.
Well, the point that I'm making is not even just. It was gay folks that were bashing him for wearing a dress again.
It wasn't our favorite thing.
But also, it was straight black people that was saying that this was supporting the gay agenda, and you know, he's trying to show, you know, kids that they can wear dresses and all that kind of shit. That shit was also on the internet as well.
You know, I think I want to put the heteronormative agenda. What is their agenda called? Because the Hotep
agenda.
The Hotep agenda needs to be like definitely put on like a sabbatical on this podcast. I'm sick of them. I want to talk about us. I don't want to talk about them.
Well, oftentimes would they?
But if we be blind to their agenda and we don't see what's going on and what they're discussing, then these attacks will blind us because we're not paying attention. So I'm like, well, I gotta pay attention to it.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
I'm not.
Help us.
So,
well, help me because I'm easily confused.
to me, I think it's a travesty because when Kerry Washington or Meryl Streep comes to a red carpet and something fucked up, like most of the
Kerry
time
Washington was something with some gloves. As soon as you said her name, I remembered the look in my head.
Oh, she got a whole bunch of fucked up looks. No
Yeah.
shade. I don't know who her stylist is, but Meryl Streep as well. That's why I brought that up. They don't get bashed for saying they're a part of an agenda because their
gloves.
Their outfit was ugly at an award show. It was just an ugly outfit, and then we move on the next day. But it's the same themes carrying on because Billy Porter just refuses to conform, and we're gonna get to conformity here in a minute as well. He refuses to conform to being the stereotypical feminine gay that just shows up with a rainbow pin on and a regular suit, and that's it.
Takes his pictures and go.
He's making a statement. These are statement pieces. So are all of them gonna be cute to everybody? No. But the statement is, I can show up to an award show in a fucking big green gown with butterflies on me and still slay. That's the statement. So I thought that it was better than half the celebrities that we see in fucked up looks that just look like they rolled out of a thrift store on the red carpet all the time. So shout out to Billy Porter. Keep doing it. Keep slaying. And
that.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it.
I'm always here for it. Last week we also talked about Britain's most notorious rapist, Reynard Seneca, for the hundreds of sexual assaults and rapes that he occurred in being convicted last week. And I thought it was interesting because his mom came out.
She was in the documentary. No,
you're thinking about...
That was the Don't Fuck With Cats. Okay, no.
Yeah, you think about... Yeah, Don't Fuck With Cats. So...
so many stories.
Offenders, the same, yes. Well, one offender allegedly only killed maybe 2 or 3 people, as far as we know. But Reynard has killed over 190 people. Not killed, assaulted over 190 people. But his mother revealed that she did not even know her son was gay.
Together. What happened to a mother's intuition?
My mama ain't got that either.
Don't say stuff like that. We're recording. Let's talk later.
His mother is quoted as saying, "We are a good Christian family who do not believe in homosexuality. He is my baby." She flew to visit with him right before his arrest. And went on to say, imagine a small Indonesian man being beaten up by a big, tall Westerner. I wondered if the other person had made up the story. So she's trying to reshape the story around her son because he's a small Indonesian man. And since he's a small Indonesian man, he couldn't have possibly assaulted 190 people.
But the police have...
evidence.
They have video. They have like 158 videos. Well, no, the police had more than that.
They just couldn't substantiate who was in the videos because these people was face down and drunk and high.
And so, even if this one ain't it, girl, they still collected video. 158 minimum.
So I report on this story because I think it's very rich for people to try to rewrite history to appease Christianity and to say, oh, well, my family member, my son, my daughter,
we're Mormon
uncle, they're a Christian, they're a good Christian person. They would never do this. No, a lot of crimes are perpetrated by Christians, by people of faiths.
Ooh.
So
that's tough.
No, it's not. It's fact. It's a fact.
It's difficult to deal with.
Oh, okay. Well, that's different than whether.
But that's why the parents are like, "Well, girl, I got to deal with this, and I got to deal with it publicly." Girl, I'm just a secretary.
But it is similar to the story from Don't Fuck with Cats, where
she had her son pictures on the wall, and they came and sat down, and
she had a whole conspiracy theory of my son was being manipulated by someone else. He couldn't have done this by himself, and there was I don't want to say Mexican, a Latino that was behind it all, and he was the one that killed the cats and killed the person.
I don't know nobody. I don't care who I'm being manipulated by. I'm not going downstairs to take the garbage out at 2:45 in the morning and making 20 trips by 4 a.m.
with different body parts and bags.
I mean, I know I'm a girl and I love my fleet and my douches. I love my takeout. I ain't got that much takeout to throw away at 2:45 in the morning. I don't got that much takeout.
I don't have that much patience.
What am I taking out, girl? I could have done then and saved 20 trips to the trash can. What is he doing 20 trips on video? These mamas be ghetto. They do be.
Both of their moms and their sisters is very, very ghetto at this point. I don't even know if I would give them ghetto, because ghetto would be an upgrade.
I was thinking that.
So no, I don't even want to give them ghetto because I have family members that are ghetto, and that would just be an upgrade.
Justice for my ghetto family.
Justice for all the ghetto people out there. I know some ghetto people listening right now, so I apologize. It is an end of an era here in DC.
Y'all finally gonna stop fighting in Brixton.
No, they just did
finally
that.
gonna stop fighting in Ellis.
No,
end of an era.
No, they just did that this past weekend. What's today? Tuesday. They was fighting on Friday, Saturday and Sunday.
Pepper sprayed the girls down.
Oh yeah. When the weather was good. So as soon as the weather was good, y'all broke out y'all coochie cutters and came out to the club and they wanted to fight in the coochie cutters. But anyway, the era that I'm talking about is the last bathhouse in DC and the last bathhouse that I know in the area.
Yeah, this area.
I can't think of another one, and I don't think that the last one that I knew of in New York is even open anymore.
What?
Like, I know that the New Dukes is still doing parties, but their parties aren't in bathhouses. It's just regular sex parties in different places.
Rent out a mansion or do an Airbnb.
A mansion is a stretch.
Get an Airbnb.
And also, again, like I said, we're going to get to sex parties in sexual health. But Crew Club is a place in DC that a lot of people have trafficked to have adventurous fun in and explore themselves and explore other people. And was also a place that allowed different advocacy groups and nonprofits to come in and say, hey, we're going to bring condoms and lube. If the girls use it, cool. If they don't, cool. Whereas I know other bathhouses don't want any interference from any advocacy groups or nonprofits or anything.
Look at you, the outreach director.
You did that. I mean, you tried to set me up.
No, I didn't.
Anyway, so it's an end of an era because one, there is not another place like it in this area, and two, there are not many places like it anywhere that promote risk reduction in sex, because we don't say safe sex anymore. It's risk reduction, and again, I'm going to get to that.
Baby girl, we gonna have to get a pen and paper. What is going on?
I did the pen and paper already. All you gotta do is sit down and listen. But Crew Club, shout out. We had a listener that was asking us what should he do this weekend, and I told him Crew Club for the last hoorah. Might as well go on into it. Next, I wanted us to do a class on non-binary.
Please, I look at me. I'm out here needing to be outreached and directed. What is going on?
That's why I thought that we should talk about it for a minute, because I know that non-binary confuses straight people, but a lot of things that aren't heterosexual confuses straight people. So anything that's not the norm and anything that's not heterosexual, I'm confused, and then they don't want to learn nothing. And they just want to make
black and white. It's either
they just want to poke fun at it or make a joke and then move on and not learn nothing.
Kevin Hart. So I was reading something on the internet this weekend about you can be.
That's where I'm going.
It was something about what did it say?
I'm going.
Okay.
There. So one, I'm going to read the dictionary definition of non-binary. Is not restricted to two things or parts. That is the first thing of non-binary. So when you think of binary, that means two. Binary. There are two things.
Black and white.
Black and white, male and female. That is binary. Non-binary is subscribing to an idea that I don't believe that there are just two. There are multiple options, pronouns, paths in life. I believe in multiple. The other definition is of or relating to or being a system of numbers that does not use two as its base. So that means binary means just two is the base and that's it. Non-binary means anything other than two.
Yeah.
It can be 3 or it can be 300.
Whatever
it means. Yes, whatever it means to you.
A lot.
It means I don't subscribe to just the two. Because just the two means binary. Non-binary means I don't believe in just two. I believe in more than two. I identify as more than two. Relating to or being a person who identifies with or expresses a gender identity that is neither entirely male nor entirely female. So, if I feel like a woman on Monday, and on Tuesday I feel like the trade, and then on Wednesday I feel like a butch queen, I more than likely am non-binary because I don't subscribe to just being one thing. I am.
Ooh,
listen, don't get hit. Do not get hit. And so the point that I'm making with that is the point that you were alluding to, where you don't need makeup, you don't need shaved skin, you don't need feminine jewelry, you don't need a sexual operation to be non-binary. You can be non-binary as you exist and as you present today. It's about how you feel you are.
Gender identity.
Right. So people will be like, "Oh, we are non-binary, but you look like a boy."
And you look like Luther Vandross. So
what I look like to you mean to the definition of who or what I am. So just because I look like something to you does not mean that I am that. That means that maybe you need glasses.
Ooh.
Maybe you need to have a conversation with me and figure out, no, I don't present. I'm not a male or female. I'm non-binary. I am something other than. I think that is an important term and word for people that feel like they don't have they don't want to walk the line of just being one thing or being characterized as one thing. So that's my small non-binary class. Last but not least is the NAACP Awards.
Okay, the Oscars so white. Y'all gonna support the NAACP Awards. The Urban One Honors come on Monday on TV One. So what we doing with the NAACP Awards? Please say something positive. I just told the people to watch.
You shouldn't have.
Damn it. No, we gotta.
So I'm not even giving the Oscars the smoke that they deserve because they don't deserve.
Cynthia Erivo is the only black person nominated in a major category.
Yes, in a major category, and then in a minor category, there's one for a short animated feature. It's not a feature; it's a short.
And so now we can't even get no love down to the double and whatever it's called.
Again, that smoke, that is low hanging fruit.
Okay,
that is low hanging fruit.
Okay.
So when we say that, we pivot away from the Oscars and Grammys because they don't support or award us,
recognize us,
and then we pivot to the NAACP. And then we see the same things going on over at the NAACP.
We got to put the
why is that smoke not the same? We ain't saying the NAACP so hetero. We're not saying that. We'll say Oscar so white, and that'll trend, but nobody's saying NAACP so hetero
Hotep.
or so hotep.
I like that.
So the first egregious thing,
Who the donors over there? Let's find those things out.
they released their nominations recently, and the Breakfast Club has been nominated for Outstanding News or Information.
Just because a lot of people watch it don't mean that it's award winning.
Outstanding News or Information, series or special. What news is being broken on the Breakfast Club? What information? What has the definition of news changed?
They brought a transgender woman on their show, and who said that he make the money. He wake up as a he, wake up as a she, and we spend. What's outstanding about giving a person like that a platform? What is going on?
Well, they already have the platform. What's outstanding about giving them an award for being dumb?
And Charlamagne bought his male coworker a booty with the balls on it. So this your sex toy for your birthday. What's outstanding and newsworthy about that? Why did Charlamagne buy him a butt thingy thing?
Charlamagne been trying to.
Ain't he a married man? Can I go to HR with it? HR, do y'all see this? First of all, it's not even light skin. It was supposed to be a replica of his butt and his balls.
I saw, but Charlamagne ain't light skinned. Charlamagne is dark skinned.
Oh, I thought it was supposed to be a replica of.
No, it's a replica.
Look, I'm not tuned. I don't know the details because it ain't outstanding and it ain't newsworthy. So
that's that on that. The second and most egregious, because that part was already, I can't believe they did that. And then when I saw this, I was like, I know the fuck they didn't do that.
What had happened, child? Woo. You gotta tell this on the podcast.
Meghan McCain has been nominated by the NAACP Awards for Outstanding Host in a Talk or News Information Show. Meghan McCain.
And Whoopi Goldberg.
Not Whoopi Goldberg.
The moderator of the show. The moderator.
Not Sunny Hostin. Not Anna Navarro. Not
Persons
even
of color.
a quiet ass Abby Hutzman.
Oh, who recently quit?
Yeah.
To work on her father's campaign. Girl, you ain't successful on here, and you gonna go to that, and you ain't gonna be successful in that.
No, I think her father is actually gonna win the governorship, but that's a different story. The fire that I had,
what they call it, the unmitigated gall.
the unmitigated gall.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
That the NAACP would nominate Meghan, my father, McCain, to be outstanding host in a talk, news, or information series or special.
She never invited no persons of color on there. I mean, like, is she a champion? I mean, like, how was she a champion for persons of color? The National Association for Color People?
The advancement of color people.
The advancement of color people.
Yes.
What did she do for color people? And the advancement of color people.
Meanwhile,
Who wrote this? Y'all just really. This is why the Gay Olympics next year. The Gay Olympics need to be talked about behind the scenes, and we just to tell the people who our nominees are, and just like let them think about it.
who won to you?
Yeah,
NAACP is definitely nominated already. So
she tried it.
MJ Rodriguez, India Moore, snub. Nobody even said anything about any
After
trans.
we told them this, we told them the same thing last year.
Mm-hmm. But instead of learning or reaching out or noticing talent,
And they'll want the girls to host the red carpet.
or do a dance.
Like they did at the intro for the Soul Train.
Yeah. So I think it's very cringeworthy for the NAACP to be nominating Meghan McCain and can't find
The advancement of color people. What Sarah did for the investment of color people?
She helped her father's campaign.
R.I.P.
But that's what I mean. So her father's campaign allowed us to get Barack Obama. Anyway, NAACP, I just really would like y'all to do better.
Mm-hmm.
It is just absolutely trash.
The advancement. I can't stop. Every time I say it, the advancement of color people. Oh, Sarah McCain. The advancement of color people.
Last but not least, hashtag execute Ed Buck. Ed Buck is still in prison for the murder of at least 2 black gay men through
they got the witnesses.
Drugs. They have plenty of evidence. They got the evidence from his house.
Yeah, the 2 dead men.
They got the drugs, the needles, and all that shit from his house. And more than likely, audio and video as well.
Come on, Nene, with the recording. Nene is recording.
So, hopefully in 2020 we will get a resolution to this predator.
And you said he hired. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he hired. We talked about that last week. He hired a new attorney, the same attorney that defended O.J. Simpson. And
the prosecutor against O.J. Simpson. Oh, what was the story? He was
on the defense of O.J. Simpson, and he defended the murderers of Nipsey Hussle. So he has a track record.
Nipsey Hussle has his own shenanigan. But
being murdered,
the man did not deserve to be murdered in front of his own business.
So someone that was on the defense team of both of those cases is now his new attorney, which continues to raise red flags and question marks for me because Ed Buck don't got no money like that. So how the fuck is he paying for this $1 million defense? Execute him. Get him the fuck out of here. I'm done. I don't want to play no games. I don't want to go to the appeals court. I don't want him to turn his life over to Christ and then figure out he want to. I know.
Or show up like Harvey Weinstein on a walker to the trial. Why is Harvey Weinstein showing up with a walker with the tennis balls on the bottom? You, Harvey Weinstein, you have produced multi-million-dollar movies, and the only skirt you got on your walker is some 2 tennis balls.
If you had the money that Harvey Weinstein has, you should have like a Professor X chair. Like it should just hover. You shouldn't have to touch or walk on nothing.
And he pretending to be blind. Some days pretending he can't walk. Some days pretending, girl, he didn't know how to put his towel on properly. And we just gonna pretend like, oh my gosh, we didn't write life sentence on this. By Harvey Weinstein, you as well. Because they're doing jury selection for that. And he could get the fuck up out of here.
DONE?
This week in social studies, I confess, I was watching Busy Being Black, Josh Rivers, shout out. He always talks about the books that he's reading. Very literate, the flavor. And he's currently reading a book by E. Patrick Johnson. The book is called Black Queer Studies, A Critical Anthology. It was released in 2005, and I'm reading out the Amazon.com bio, so get hip. It was released in 2005 by established and emergent scholars. This collection assesses the strengths and weaknesses of prior work on race and sexuality and highlights the theoretical and political issues at stake in the nascent field of Black queer studies. So I was like, okay. Josh Rivers is reading about this. He's scholarly. So let me go see what else I can find. And I came across E. Patrick Johnson's one woman show, aka his Butch Queen show, called Pouring Tea on YouTube. And it's a live version of his book Sweet Tea, which is an adventure showcasing men in the South ranging from ages 13 to 93 telling their own story, and he plays all of the characters. So I was like, okay, all right. He got a little thing on down to the YouTube. Then it turns out that E. Patrick Johnson is like the chair of I think Black Studies at like Northwestern University, a really prominent university. I'm like, oh, E. Patrick Johnson is that bruh. And one of his more recent books is Black Queer Southern Women, where he tells the story of more than 70 Black queer women. Spelman College graduate and feminist scholar Beverly Guy says in her quote on the back of the book, an amazing work that reflects Johnson's passion, care for his subjects, sharp analytical skills, and standing in the field. So, E. Patrick Johnson apparently is that girl. He's been that girl for a while. And I have been like snoozing, but I done woke up. So I'm gonna order 2 of his books on Amazon with my Amazon gift cards I got for the holidays. And I want to get back to y'all because I'm really excited about E. Patrick Johnson being like this scholarly, literate, and he got the one woman show. He bringing all the characters to life. I'm here for it.
Nice. Are any of them audiobooks?
I haven't gotten that far.
Okay.
I haven't gotten that far. I was just going to buy the physical copies and read the physical copies, but I know that there are Kindle versions because the books are like $25 on Amazon. I saw the Kindle versions, but I'm surprised because I'm sure Amazon would have said, "Well, we have the Audible." Mm-hmm. I haven't seen any Audible links, or maybe E. Patrick Johnson just too lazy to read because he's so busy writing. Because he just put a book out in November, which is another book about queer black women. So he's got 2 books that I remember about queer black women, 2 about black gay men in the South, and then the one that made him famous, Black Queer Studies, a critical anthology. So check him out for social studies. He's telling our story. He's telling our stories, documenting our stories.
I want whatever Red Bull he's drinking.
Showcasing our work. Because he pushing these books out. He pushing these live theater pieces.
I'm struggling with writing one. So
down to the engagements. He the chairman of the studies down to the university. He grabbed grade papers. So he out here doing it.
I would like some of his Red Bull. That's all I want. This week in sexual health, MLK weekend in Atlanta and Mid-Atlantic Leather weekend here in DC are upon us.
I only got like $20. I don't know what I'm gonna wear. Usually nothing.
Just wear nothing. They don't cost nothing.
Just walk into the hotel or the club with a
take your clothes
sarong
off in the
on. Just wear a sarong and take that off in the elevator. Like, hey, can I leave this at the bar? Does it even matter? Throw it away.
No, at all. Tie it to your ankle if you're a real G.
Bitch!
If you're a real G, tie it to your ankle.
Alert. Put it on your thigh.
And I'm not saying that because I know.
Hello.
So, before I get into my real sexual
Before you get us in trouble.
I had been to a few sex parties. I think maybe 2 or 3 before I went, and I had some really good underwear that I got from Banana Republic. And these underwear were expensive to me at the time.
Yeah, Banana Republic draws start at $23.50.
Oh no, these were $30.
I want to say probably at inflation.
Yes,
$30.
It was $30 at the time, which was expensive to me at the time. And I lost them Banana Republic underwear at a sex party. I think somebody stole them and put them on.
Duh. They got them framed. Hello.
And after that, I vowed to wrap my underwear around my ankle. So I did not lose them. I didn't put them in no bag. I didn't wear them into no nothing. I tied them to my ankle so that I know I had underwear when I left. I say all that to say this. It's that time of year again.
Yeah.
This is Sex Party Etiquette Part 3 or 4 or 5. I don't know how many times.
3.
I feel like we've done it a few times, but I got some more etiquette tips because some of y'all hoes is about to be out here fucking this weekend.
Wow, we gotta be hoes? Wow.
Raise your hand if you a hoe.
I thought we was friends. Now I'm a hoe.
Okay. So, do you want a pen?
I still want these tips. I'm like,
Okay.
What is it, girl?
First, in sex party etiquette, if you are going to be at a sex party or an orgy or a scene or any variation of group play settings, these tips can be useful to have a good time. So you have a good time and other people have a good time as well. Number 1, don't be that guy.
What that mean?
The one that breaks up the party because you're in your fifis about not getting fucked or not being fucked enough.
You keep bringing this up. Is it that bad of a problem?
The girls were fighting last year. Do you not remember that?
Right. I'm like, I still remember it clearly from last year when you said it. Okay.
Yes.
So I remember the rule, but the other girls not remembering the rules?
No, because they obviously still go to the things and they be fighting.
I don't even know if that's the ghetto or the trailer park. What is this?
Again, we're not going to look down on ghetto on this episode. 'Cause that's not even ghetto. So just because somebody didn't want to fuck you or be fucked by you, don't get in your feelings. Move along. Don't be that guy that fucks up the whole party, shindig, orgy, whatever.
Lady listeners, all ladies,
all three of you.
Do lesbians have sex parties? How does that work?
I have never. Well, I mean, I've seen like multiple women in a session.
Well, I be watching videos. I was gonna say because I be watching the videos, but like, do y'all actually do? I assume if they're taking time to produce porn around it, that it is happening somewhere. Because the Black Gay Men do not mind. We have a link to a party or a text about a party all the time. But do the lesbians do that? We're not abreast fully of that culture. We would love the lady listeners. Leave us some opinions. Write us a letter here for a pod at Gmail.
Or if somebody knows Mercedes. Yeah, Mercedes from The Circle. She may have the answer. I feel like
Sammy from The Circle was supposed to have an answer too.
I didn't even get that far. Number 2, don't touch nobody that doesn't want to be touched.
Okay, so is this a rehash of the last year's rules? These are the same rules.
They're not.
They still do it.
Go back to the episode because I did as well. Don't touch nobody that want to be touched.
You gonna do that on the street? Why would you be doing that in somebody's house?
Because people feel like since everybody's naked and having sex,
oh, okay, so you
that
got
kind of atmosphere, I can just slip my finger in the crack of his ass. He'll be all right.
He will be.
He won't be if he elbow you in the fucking mouth.
You right? Because I'm gonna call the police and the sex party going down.
See this? That's why these are written. See that?
I'm just being a mess.
No, because other people.
Because people are actually remember there was a rumor that the 49 people went to jail from this. I can't.
Assess the energy and act accordingly is what I'm saying. So, are people touchy-feely at sex parties, orgies, sets, and all those things? Yes. But there's a point in a line where you can assess the energy and know that this person does not want to be touched, that does not want to fuck you or be fucked by you. And instead of pushing or
agenda,
trying to wait, and then maybe they'll want to, maybe they'll want to do me before they leave or be done by me before they leave. Just move along. Don't touch nobody that don't want to be touched.
It's a market for everything, and you might not be that person's market.
But you marketable to somebody else.
Come on.
Number 3, wear shoes that you don't mind getting cum or other bodily fluids on, that are yet comfortable enough for you to be fucked or fuck in.
Because sometimes you got to have one foot on the floor and one foot on the bed, and you got to lean over to the right, and you got to dig in there.
How would you know that?
Or, in order to keep your arch, that was y'all's example. My example is trying to keep that arch, because y'all always want that arch that back, nigga, arch that back. I'm like, oh my gosh, but you are like digging in here like this, sir. When it's what Vagina Power said, when it's a dick in there, you ain't got no defenses. When it's a penis in your vagina, you ain't got no defenses. You want me to keep this arch? Ah! I just got frustrated.
Speaking of defenses inside the vagina, there's no
deep inside the vagina walls. That's what she be. Have to watch that video once a week for inspiration.
As you should. There's no such thing as safe sex. I'm gonna say that one more again so it can penetrate. There's no such thing as safe sex. There's risk reduction and harm analysis. Go to have fun, but make sure you have the proper tools to stay healthy, be it the condoms that you like, the prep that you've been consistently taking, the Gardasil shot, or a hope and a prayer because you know God got you. Whatever you feel like you want to put in your risk reduction program to make sure that you don't come home with more than you left, do that. Especially when he's deep inside your walls. Number 4, know your drug and alcohol limits, or just go sober to avoid being victimized. It has happened so much over the last year that it still bears repeating, because it still happened again after MLK weekend and Mid-Atlantic Leather weekend last year. That people were going to these functions and they were either already drunk or getting more drunk or already high or getting more high at the event, but didn't know their limit of, okay, I'm about to pass out. I need to call my Uber, find my panties, and go home. And they didn't know that they were at that limit. And then they passed out and a train was ran on them, or someone sexually assaulted them, or they got robbed, or this or that. So many other things happened that did not necessarily have to happen because that person did not know their limit with drugs or alcohol. And if you are not a person that can quite gauge, okay, I'm tipsy, so I can go in here and have a little fun, but I don't want to get drunk until I get back home. If you're not a person that can gauge their own sobriety like that, then just go sober.
How do you know you can keep your anal sphincter together? I don't even know. Oh.
That's you got to do a thorough cleaning.
You got to do a thorough cleaning, but you also, to keep that 100% guarantee. Look, man, this my.
That's why I know some bottoms and adjacent would rather get high, like smoke a joint, do weed and stuff like that, because it won't impact their digestive.
It's more of a up here and not a down there.
Well, that depends if you doing a sativa or
which strain you're doing. Okay, all right. Look at me learning.
But I know people that are more apt to taking dick would rather be smoking and getting high than drinking, because the drinking will affect the digestive system.
It's a downer. It's going to go down the digestive tract. And
out there, and then you don't know who's going to come out on the other end. Last but not least, have fun.
Oh, most importantly, have fun. That's why we're here.
Have fun.
You don't go to a roller coaster, don't get on none of the rides. No, you don't go to the amusement park.
Okay, there you go. Bring it home. Have fun and be proud of your experience. The people that try to shame you either don't have the access or the courage to be as sexually liberated as you are.
Or they don't get their underwear around their ankles because they got big old ankles.
Hey, Wendy Williams.
Shout out to everybody who's going through lymphedema.
I don't know nobody going through lymphedema.
It wasn't any shade. You don't have to be very careful. We might get canceled.
Who gonna cancel us?
We sponsoring and paying for it.
That's what I'm saying. I can't be canceled if I'm paying for it.
There was a really good sexual health, by the way. I really like the harm reduction element. You didn't say take the lube you like, but that's what I've said. That's always included in the packet. If you're gonna take the condom you like, take the lube you like. You know it's thin enough, but it can still hold your meat in there as needed through the pounding. Also, as a receiver in the, this not even a relationship, in the encounter.
You want to be in a relationship so bad. You're like, this is my boyfriend. He was fucking me at the sex party.
Leave me alone. That's me being competitive. What you say it is?
Competitive exhibition.
What's the song for your soul?
Oh, I'm going first now. Okay. That means you got some bullshit.
Oh wow, Beyonce's bullshit. Wow.
I don't know.
So the song for my soul is the intro to Homecoming. Hear me out.
You have nothing going on.
So every time, I think 2019, there were some people saying on Twitter that 2019 was the first year that she didn't really have a live performance that she released or something that was new. The Coachella thing came out in 2019, but it was filmed in 2018. So, they were saying that like, oh my gosh, Beyonce didn't give us anything. I was like, girl, but anyway, main point. So, I love just the whole.
People so goddamn ungrateful. 2 albums of this bitch music came out.
So when I hear it, because I remember being awake at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for this, sing.
Prime Beyonce hours.
It's funny because it's true. So I'm like, every time it comes on, I see her in her pharaoh outfit, her walking down the thing with her cane, and then I see her going to the back, and then she emerges at the top of the stands, and the whole costume change, and then the fireworks are going to go dun 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 dun, dun. And I relive it every time I hear it. And so, like, it doesn't matter if I'm in the shower. Look, y'all, I'm a majorette when I'm in the shower this week. It don't matter
You need a bigger tub then.
Ooh, judgment alert. If I'm at work trying to get through my reports, if I'm on the train going home, I'm shaking my little hip. I'm just living for the intro to Homecoming. I need a new Beyonce performance, I think. That's my body telling me subconsciously, it's time for something new, Beyonce. B7, where is it? We don't want no more group projects. We don't want no more soundtracks. Where's B7?
Beyonce is also gonna tell y'all the same shit that Rihanna telling y'all. Y'all can buy this damn Ivy Park bullshit and get out of my face.
I'm just living for it. And sometimes I let Crazy in Love play. But then after that, I have to like lean out the tub and rewind it back. But I'm getting my life.
Your water gonna be cold. The song for my soul this week is an oldie. Definitely a goodie.
Yeah.
It is. I never really know how to really classify the song because I'll hear it at barbecues. I'll hear it at homecomings.
Yeah.
I'll hear it like at a black function. And so it's like a love song, but it's so upbeat and up tempo that
Oh, this is my kind of music. Okay.
I think maybe you have
More
heard
of a pop track?
it turned into pop music because it became popular.
Yeah, yeah.
But the original intent is R&B. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to figure out. I think the song came out in the 60s. As around the sun, the earth I see is revolving, and the rosebuds known to bloom in early May. Cause this hate knows love's the cure. You can rest your mind assured that I'll be loving you always.
Oh,
come on! See, now you can hear it. You can see it.
But
Hold on, what? Now every veil the mystery of tomorrow, but in something will grow older every day. But as all these things are new, you know what I say is true, that I'll be loving you always. Until the rainbow burns out the stars in the sky, always. Until the ocean covers every moon mountain high, always. Until the darkness covers everything I see, always. Until a dream of light and light becomes a dream, always. By Stevie Wonder.
yeah, I was like, I only knew like 3 of those words because usually when they come out, the aunties get the gym and you're like, okay, go auntie, Susan. LOL. we be so into it because it's a family moment. I never really noticed the word. I just noticed keywords, and I was like, oh, that. Yeah, we do be going up. Yeah, that's gonna be on the wedding playlist.
Maybe.
I see you writing another extra note on your tablet. So maybe like, oh, bitch, add this to the wedding playlist.
Maybe, but again, I just think it's a timeless song, and I feel like it's black.
Yeah.
Like white people that have not been in black circles won't know it.
Would this be on Body and Soul? Because you know, like the Body and Soul CDs they used to sell.
Yes, it would have definitely
I feel
been
like
on
this
that.
would have been on the Body and Soul.
Um, 1989.
Oh,
Damn, she got me together. I
so
thought
weedy.
she got me together. um, but anyway, again, I just feel like it's a timeless black song. And really, it's a love song,
Yeah.
but we just play it at the barbecue, and that's why it's a song for my soul. Because as soon as you hear it, you get the groove. I'll be loving you always until the na. I already gave y'all.
We
the
don't know
lyrics.
the one. We don't like. We
I
don't
gave
know.
y'all the lyrics. I have to sing it.
Because when it come on, we just be in it. I don't know. I don't.
Do your two-step choir rock.
Yeah.
If you don't know what a two-step choir rock is, then I can't tell you.
Shout out to Hermes World down to the Twitter. I had wrote down the listener question, what's there to do this weekend in DC, but Superman already told y'all he replied that Crew Club, the damn sex party. Oh, their tweets are protected. Oh, okay.
That means they got things up
They
there.
be posting things back there. But Hermes World, apparently the thing to do is go to the Crew Club DC if you're into those types of shenanigans, or find a set. It don't have to be that type of set, but find you a shenanigan where a small gathering where people will be, because they pepper spraying the girls down to the Brixton. Nelly's can't seem to recover from all the fights. But send us your listener questions to our email at hereforpod@gmail.com, or in the inbox where you can find us on social media. Let me go through our Instagram right quick and see what the last 4 or 5 posts are. Make sure there's no questions in there. Reacted to your story. We'll be cute on Instagram at hereforpod. Follow us. Mentioned you in their story. Okay. Oh, here goes one. Hi, Ronald. Hi, Superman. Do y'all have advice on being a sugar baby? I've never been one, and I'm tired of struggling with the drama young gays. I'm tired of struggling with. He spelled it wrong. With the drama young gays my age. The man is a priest, problematic, period. And I don't know if I should proceed. He's nice, not aggressive. I don't want to spook him either. It's 2020, and as a gay man, can K have sugar daddies and get free drinks like the girls do? Can K? Who is K? Who is K?
I don't know why.
Oh,
Thank
that's his name. Ken K. His name is K.
Okay.
Ken K. Can he?
Kay, I really appreciate you listening, and thank you for your support so much. I have no idea why you think we're qualified to tell you how to get a sugar daddy, because neither one of us have one. I've never been through that, never experienced that.
You never had a sugar daddy?
Never?
Never?
No,
Never?
bitch. When the fuck have I?
I don't know. I mean, I've known you a decade, but girl, you had a whole decade. But you older than me.
Election chair. No, I don't have any experience in that. I can't give you no advice to find one because I ain't never found one. I wish you the best of luck. Be safe out there. Do risk reduction.
What's my comment? Let me see. His question is, do y'all have advice on being a sugar baby?
Get the money first.
Change your Jacked profile to City Girls lyric. Oh no, not them. Oh, Saucy Santana lyrics. Shout out to him, and just change your profile to that because he talks about getting money the minute he be flew out, and all those things going on. His love language is gifts. We discussed this before, and so just say, "Hey, my love language is gifts," and
I think Saucy Santana's love
Yes.
language is also food.
Look now, if somebody showed up with a number 7 from your favorite restaurant, like, oh, this nigga went to Chipotle and got me a damn burrito bowl. I think I love him.
That sounds like your story.
That's a gift. I was hungry and now I'm full. Amen. I look full too. I love my sister. I can I can make that joke about my sister. Cause if something happened to my sister, y'all got her fucked up and me. How about that? What are you here for this week?
I'm here for another black gay man getting into politics. Devin Barrington Ward is one of the first politically savvy people that I can remember meeting when I got to Washington, D.C. He was the president of Impulse DC at the time when he got here. Well, when I got here, I'm sorry. He was already the
That
president.
girl.
He was already on the scene and doing stuff. But I just found out who he was when I got to DC to refresh that. But he has launched a primary challenge against current city senator Horancia Tate. He looks to become the first openly black LGBT member of the chamber.
Gay.
Yeah, well, openly black one, yeah, because some of the girls.
Because I want to suck it.
You had the opportunity?
I told you that in secret.
Oh, I didn't know that was a secret.
It wasn't a real secret. I'm really public about my things.
Exhibitions.
I do want to suck it. I still want to suck it.
I
Okay. Focus. He's doing professional things.
And he might be the next senator in Georgia, and you still trying to.
And if I suck it, I won't tell y'all what happened because he's a professional.
You're going to be a first lady one day.
Thank you. That's the type of friend I need.
I'm speaking into existence.
Thank you, friend.
You're welcome. Devin wants to tackle gentrification, lack of affordable housing, and the lack of due process in the legal system in District 38. The district runs southwest of Atlanta and up to South Cobb. He says, living in 2019 and having experiences I have had as a black queer man growing up in the South, those issues are what's inspiring me to run for public office. So I am absolutely here for it. I would love to see someone that I know, someone that I trust in the government, because some of these hoes I don't trust at all. And I want to see a black gay man being in a positive situation and actually affecting change, especially in the Atlanta area, because there's so many people pretending to be affluent and powerful and a celebrity, but you ain't doing shit in the goddamn community. So shout out to Devin Ward. I fully support his candidacy for his campaign, and if there's anything that this podcast can do to help get any voters to vote for Devin Ward, I am absolutely here for it.
It's so weird to me as we're sitting here talking right now. Jane Fonda every Friday is going down to the U.S. Capitol, getting arrested. But before she made it popular and famous, because Jane Fonda is Jane Fonda, and then she's having all of her white celebrity friends come do it. But Devin Barrington Ward and 15 other people who were down to the Georgia State Capitol back in November 2018, they were protesting, trying to get LGBT rights. I can't remember specifically if it was around availability for HIV drugs or if it was for LGBT housing or something like that.
Probably housing.
It was around our issues. And for someone to say like, hey, I know I'm a fixture. He's an up-and-coming fixture in the Georgia market, but like he's known like nationwide. Like Devin is like really known for like being a man of his word, doing the work of the people. And so before Jane Fonda made it cute, and it's a cute little ploy to get on the Washington Post and get her an interview on The View, Devin is out here doing it for us. The same way we do this podcast for us. We like he's out here doing things for us, and how can he make an impact for the black LGBT community, at least the LGBT community at a minimum. So I really love everything that Devin does. I'm sure he's human. Shit, you one and I'm one too. But I really love everything that he's doing professionally.
It's inspirational to me because I know Devin's news is out there, and I know if he can be a state senator, this is hopeful for me because my news is out there.
Oh, okay. When did your news leak?
They've been out there, child.
Tell the truth.
They've been out there. It's like my news is like the baby's news.
Okay.
They're like, oh, this is his. Girl, that's... I mean, sure, go say whatever you want to. That's not me, but whatever.
And the gays have already invited me to like on Facebook, Devin for State Senate. So if you're on Facebook, go to DEVIN for State Senate. And he's already got his Facebook page. He announced today. So let me see how many likes and things. I probably shouldn't waste my time. But the girls are already rallying the troops.
As they should. As they should.
So shout out to Devin.
We need a state senator in Georgia. in that Atlanta district.
I was gonna say Fort Cobb County specifically.
Because y'all know
Fulton County.
Keisha Lance Bottoms ain't doing it.
She hosting dinners. Girl, move.
This is why you can't trust the bottom to do a top's job.
Do you have anybody here who can help connect the girls to care? Do you have anybody who can help us get our paper signed so we can get some fucking housing? You hosting dinners.
That was just a joke, Bottoms. Don't be too angry. So now has come time for.
Nope, I gotta do my here for it.
Oh, I thought you were cool.
I was just supporting Devin because Devin deserves all the things, and plus I'm trying to get some, so I just wanted to Anyway, so
You're trying to become a first lady.
I just want to support my man.
You should show up to the campaign rally like Kenya Moore Hair Care. Kenya Moore Hair Care. With a band.
Okay. Instagram page Men with Locks has 78,000 followers, and they really post like really good high quality pictures that you can use for inspiration if you're one of those people who have dreadlocks. From working out to partying, photo shoots, styling, and any of the different places where people of color, because we're not those people, they be trying to take the dreadlock style, but it just don't look right on them. It just, what are you doing?
Take and their hair will not comply.
Take that down. Take that down. So if you have dreadlocks, follow Men with Locks. And they have merch. They have like little t-shirts with the I grew my crown instead of something. It was some cute little shirts on there that they have that they're selling. Follow Men with Locks and check out their pictures. That's my here for it this week. Black people growing out here in this natural state. Our last call is Superman's turn to give a speech. Come
on. If you are new to this podcast, make sure that you pour yourself a shot. If you're at work, just do a shot of water or coffee. Don't be drinking it on the job unless you know how to handle your shit.
Or your lemon water cleanse, because we all on cleanses for January.
No, we ain't. My last call this week is to the judicial system actually swatting President Trump away from doing harm to LGBT members of the military. This is a story I've previously reported on, and this is basically an update to that story. I told you guys previously about 2 HIV positive service members that President Trump is trying to kick out of the military because they are HIV positive.
If you can't deploy, get out.
Yes. The 2 service members' names are obviously being protected so that their careers can be protected, their safety can be protected, and their medical information can be protected because, once we find out their names and then we find out that they're HIV positive, it becomes a whole thing. But the Trump administration's latest bid to have the 2 HIV positive airmen discharged from service has been blocked by the courts for a second time, more than likely the last time, meaning that the case will probably close very soon and that no one will be arguing whether these 2 service members can continue their career because they have HIV.
Girl, we already talked about that. Give us something else. Basically.
That's what the courts. That's what the courts are saying.
We're not gonna listen to that no more.
So the 2 men that were referred by pseudonyms Roe and Vo were given discharge orders in 2017 on the basis that they couldn't deploy to the Middle East due to their HIV positive status, which has been going on in the military forever. Both men are on antiretroviral treatment and have no symptoms and have been pronounced physically fit to deploy by their doctors in the case that they need to. So they are fully capable of serving on active duty and doing their jobs and executing everything that they're supposed to. But the Trump administration is being 1, homophobic, and 2, serophobic. That was a word of the day a couple weeks ago. If you go back and listen to an old episode. So, they're not going to win. When you do clownery. The clown comes back to bite, and right now the clown is coming back to bite until the Trump administration get the fuck out of here with that shit. These are service members that are serving our country, and they have every right to continue to serve our country, regardless of their sexual orientation, regardless of their HIV status. So, my last call is to them.
My last call goes out to the headline. More women were nominated for Best Director at the Gay Porn Awards than the Oscars. The Straight Up Gay Awards, hosted by Kathy Griffin, happened over the weekend, and S. Raheem was definitely syllables, one of the winners. Favorite Dick, we had Trent King among the nominated. Favorite Daddy, we had Ray Diesel. Favorite Butt, we had D'Angelo Jackson, and D'Angelo Jackson got a cute butt.
D'Angelo Jackson got a cute everything.
So I'm still combing through the nominees and the winners, but I'm already turned on and excited that we are nominating and giving recognition to the gay porn. We all out here watching it. OnlyFans has not become a phenomenon. Just for fans has not become a phenomenon because one person has bought a subscription. So we all out here subscribing.
I don't know. They gave Trick King that bullshit. He worked for Noir Mill. I don't know about that.
So all of this stuff has not become a phenomenon because just one person bought it on their debit card. So shout out to everybody for showing up and showing out, and them getting Kathy Griffin as the host. So shout out to the Straight Up Gay Porn Awards, and we're hoping for more inclusion in the future. I know they're just getting off. They're just now getting on track with all this recognition, but hopefully they have more and better to give the people in the future. That's my last call this week.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure that you are subscribed. If you are not subscribed, make sure you like this episode, share it with your community. If you got a laugh, learned anything, or picked anything up in this episode that someone else should also hear, make sure that you post it to your Twitter, post it to your Facebook, post it to your OnlyFans if you got one. And we'll see you next week. I am the Superman, TheeSupaman.
I'm Ronald Matters. Follow me on the internet at RonaldMatters.com.
Take your Truvada. The revolution will be televised.